Mattress stitch is a great way to seam 2 crochet pieces. Mattress stitch is worked from the right side of the fabric so that you can see what you're doing and you can match up row to row. Here I have 2 identical swatches of double crochet, and I'm going to seam these 2 pieces of double crochet. I'm using a different color yarn so you can really see the stitches, but normally you would use the same color yarn for an invisible seam. I'm just going to pick up the first one and pull the yarn through to the right side and leave a long tail. I'm going to go back later and weave that in, or I could just begin by weaving it in, but I'm going to pretend that we're starting with a yarn tail maybe that was left over from the foundation chain. And the idea is that we are working back and forth between these two, going under a loop on one side and then under a loop on another. So let me put these down next to each other, and I want to go in and out. Now I'm using a bent tip tapestry needle. I don't want to be piercing the fabric. I don't want to go through a stitch. I want to go under a loop on a stitch. So here I have a turning chain and I'm going to work under. So I'm going to the wrong side and then to the right side, but not piercing the fabric. And I'm going to pull it through, but I'm not going to pull it tight. I want you to see what I'm doing here. Now on this side I don't have a turning chain. On this side I have an actual double crochet stitch. And sometimes you just have to figure out where under that double crochet is going to be the best place to go. I'm going to go under this loop right here. Now I'll pull these together in a minute, but let me go up to the next row. Here I have the wrong side of a double crochet. I'm going to go under here and I'm feeling my way so that I'm finding the loops not going into the stitch. So I'm going in and out here. And then, so that's the second row. So now I'm going to be on the second row over here. I'm going to go in and out over here. I'm going to stop for a minute and show you what I've been doing. So I've been going from right side to wrong side, kind of scooping up a loop, right side to wrong side, back and forth across. But if I pull the stitches a little bit tighter, they snug right up to each other. Now if this were the same color yarn, you wouldn't be able to see that very much. So I'm going to go under here and under here. On this particular swatch, I have used a typical turning chain. It may be that you have not used a turning chain, or that you used a turning chain but you didn't count the turning chain as a stitch. In that case, you're going to be working into the first stitch, not into the turning chain on both sides. As I work each stitch, I'm being careful to match row for row, so I'm not getting off kilter here. I'm matching each row across. And if you have a long way to go, you might want to pin those edges so that you know that you are maintaining row for row matching. Now I can go back and weave in my ends, and you can barely see even that yellow stitch that I did there. And here's what it looks like on the wrong side. You can also barely see it there. Notice that there's not a big thick seam here because I was working into the edge stitch in the turning chain each time. So there's not a big lump here on the wrong side, and it's nice and flat. You're trying to keep kind of a nice flat fabric on the right side. So that is mattress stitch. Try mattress stitch on your next project and let me know what you think. If you'd like more crochet instruction like this, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out the links in the video notes for other ways you can find me. Thanks for watching.